Welcome back, everybody, to Coriander Society Adventures. I'm your game master, Tormented by Gnomes, joined by my cast, Beatdown Boulevard, Ninja Man Matt, and Pods of War. And before we get back to our heroes, 1-2 punch in their adventures, wanted to let you folks know some cool announcements about some things we're doing here on Casters and Castles. First off, this Sunday, I should really turn all this stuff on for it, but I'll record that later. This Sunday, Pods of War and I are going to be guesting on D20 Deathmatch, where we'll be facing head off in a 1v1 for the glory of the game master of that channel. Pods, you're going to be playing a version of Asena, right?
Yep. We'll be fighting with Asena.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, how could I pick anybody else? Like, come on.
Agreed.
Now, I haven't decided who I'm going to play yet. I am asking the community to help me pick any NPC from any Casters and Castles show. The trick is it has to be an NPC we made up. It can't be someone from like Descent into Avernus who Wizards of the Coast made up. And we're playing traditional D&D, so it can't be somebody with a laser gun or a Tommy gun or something like that from Coriander. But any other from any of our games, any of our worlds, D&D character, NPC that you would want to see face off against Asena, level balanced to the same level in a 1v1, let me know in the Discord who you think I should play.
Ultramullet.
So that's the first thing. I'm really excited to get to be a player. I'm really excited to deal with Asena's trash talk, because I think that's going to be top quality.
Always is.
I'm going to have to prepare.
Yeah.
If not, she's just going to be like, I'm a rock.
And that would be great, frankly. That would be on brand. It would 0% disappointed. Second off, Matt, what do you want to bring up?
Hi, guys. Those of you from our Discord community are probably aware that there is something in the works for our subscribers to Castles and Casters. Casters and Castles, rather. We are going to be having you could say, a campaign adventure taking place within Anakra, specifically on the southern continent of Tamrian. There's going to be more developments about that as things go on, but look forward to more news in the coming months.
And to keep track of that news, if you are a subscriber to the channel, watch the subs only section of the Discord. Keep track of that. You'll get to hear about it first. You'll get the opportunity to sign up. All right. I think that's all the shilling that we were going to do, right? Cool. Unless Beatdown, did you want to shill anything?
Nothing I'm allowed to talk about yet, so no.
Oh,
wow.
No secret hint. Not a spoiler that isn't a spoiler for us.
Eyes emoji or signing contract emoji?
Signing contract emoji.
Yeah, I guess you can't say anything, but that's awesome.
Thank you. I'll tell you guys about it after. I can't.
Friend EA.
Yeah, exactly.
Heck yeah.
Sorry,
no one
stream.
take a clip of that. That did not happen.
What didn't happen?
Make sure we end the stream
exactly
just in case Pods. What is the thing? The leaking. The.
Oh, I don't have the captions on.
All right, so no leaks on that.
Nice.
All right. When last we left our heroes, Gastone was speaking in private with Medwethyn upstairs at Perianth at the party. Asena was downstairs as Mireth, Althea's handmaiden, was about to go fetch the royal painter, but Asena grabbed two bottles of elven wine and started pouring out glasses for everybody, noticing that the Princess Althea is very quietly casting a spell, which she remains concentrated on. She's distracted. Not so far that she's completely lost, but she has become a lot quieter. She's not asking a constant barrage of questions anymore. Her mind is elsewhere, almost as if, like when you're trying to watch TV and have a conversation at the same time, that sort of thing. Her attention is definitely split. Asena, you have poured out all of the glasses of elven wine to everyone in the room, and the elves are calling for a toast, and they're inviting you to decide what the toast will be.
Me?
Yeah.
What
To
do
what are
I
we
know?
drinking, noble guest?
Well, we are drinking to strange traveling new friends.
To strange traveling new friends. And everybody drinks deep of the sweet, fresh elven wine. Are you drinking as well, Asena?
Yeah, I'll take a drink.
Roll a Constitution saving throw, please.
Where are we going?
A 16. All right. Yeah, you're definitely feeling it. It sinks into your muscles, the most tired muscles first. They feel relaxed and smoothed out. It's a very, very pleasant, airy, sort of tipsy, but you've still got your wits about you. Mireth sips politely from her glass, passes the glass over to Adthea, who takes a moment to notice that it's there, grips it by its stem, raises it to her lips, but doesn't drink. Her eyes sort of drifting still. Is there anything Asena would like to do?
She's just ignoring Althea right now.
All right, she's just vibing. Continuing to participate in the party and seeing if she's going to get painted as a rock. Seeing if
Like
she'll
you
go
do.
along with this or not. All right. In that case, we turn our attention once again to the planet Hjord and the city of Northport, where the lightning bug, Vector's craft, Vector, Gastone Tosto's half-brother, has descended upon the scene of the violence, drawn no doubt to the nefarious activity of Dr. Zorbius Brandt and his minions. So, one of the robots has been destroyed. The mysterious glowing person who claims to be the next step of human evolution floats, now coruscating with the electricity absorbed from the lightning bug's lightning cannon. His aura increasingly unstable as the battle progresses. The initiative order, let me roll our boy Vector in real quick.
Yeah.
Ooh, very lots and lots. All right, well, he just went and fired his zap. John, it is your turn. You are very close to this person and his increasingly lightningy aura. What do you do?
Yeah, no, I see that. Okay, so I am getting a little bit worried, but I also have a bit of a plan concocting in my brain of brains. So
Mhm.
John does not want to be anywhere near this thing, so he's gonna start hightailing it over to this other tree, just trying to keep some kind of cover from this guy. So he's gonna run as fast as he can. If I can put the tree between me and the assailant, I will. If not, I'm just going to get as close as I can to it to put the boughs of the tree between myself and danger.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let you take cover. You can take cover.
Perfect. It's my turn now, so I'll take that clock off. And at this point... Oh, man.
I didn't move the car at the end of the last turn, so let me just go ahead and...
How close am I to this guy? Let's see. I'm farther away now. Good job, man. 60 feet away. Here we go. Okay. John is going to invoke his intimidating presence on this entity. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that. There we go. So it needs to make if it's not immune to fear, a DC 14 wisdom saving throw.
Mm-hmm. All right.
It will be frightened of John.
I'm gonna roll that. Is there a kicker if he is frightened?
Yes.
What's the kicker?
So it can repeat the save at the end of each of its turns,
Mm-hmm.
and the effect ends if it is out of line of sight or more than 60 feet from me. Other
Okay.
than that, it's just frightened.
But while frightened, there's no special effect that kicks
They
in,
don't,
right?
Yeah, they don't run away. They don't stand where they are. They're just frightened.
Okay. I'm gonna burn the inspiration that chat gave me on this to roll again.
I'm gonna wait for my flare until this goes off. Let's see if it works or not. Haha! So as John moves under the boughs of the tree, he puts his gun in his holster and focuses his energy. He throws out his duster. No, it's not a duster. Trench coat. Throws out his trench coat in order to kind of make it look almost like wings as he channels energy from his hands and giving himself this weird kind of warbling energy, and it looks almost like there's his own little crackles of lightning that kind of pop around him, and his eyes go black for just a moment as he stares deep into almost the soul, as he stares a wizard's gaze into this assailant, and stares at him with the presence of a dragon.
Okay. Roll with the eyes of the dragon. Roll an insight check for me, please.
Yes, I do this thing that you ask. Okay, no advantage, disadvantage, and insight, you say. Insight, I roll. 13, I get.
All right, well, you can see fear make a home in your assailant's heart, but that is all that you are able to perceive. You've used your action to activate your intimidating presence. You have a bonus action. Is there anything you wish to do with that?
Man, I have a question, please.
Fire away.
I would like, please, if you... No, I'm gonna be safe. It's fine. This is fine. I'm good.
Okay.
Save.
Totally good.
Boring.
No, sorry. Yeah, sorry. No, I don't want to die.
All right. The Zorbot is a pile of scrap. Boigness is flying just completely out of there. Is he in range yet? Is he in range at all? Let's see. 120 feet. I doubt it. Let's find out. Nope, he's out of range. You can see him holding onto his hat and looking at you as the cab just through the college campus, careening left and right, swiftly passing out of vision. Okay. The mysterious glowing assailant, warbling with unstable power, now crackling with electricity, moves away, looks down at John, uncertain. His attacks, his incredible power has been deflected twice, but this new vessel has imbued him with more strength. So he flies with the force of a bolt of lightning directly towards the lightning bug, arcing and channeling all of his unstable power at the exact same time. John, this is a spell, or this is a magical effect.
Yeah, he's not within 60 feet anymore, right?
Let's measure it. He's activating it as he starts flying away.
Oh, well then yes, I'm gonna hit him with it if he's doing it while he's flying away.
Okay.
Absolutely, I'm gonna ping him.
How many spell points do you have left? You've been burning through these.
Dude, yes, I have, and I'm keeping track of them, and I'm starting to get low. I'm not pleased.
Okay. You disrupt once again the arcane energies gathering around this person. He was flying fist forward straight towards the lightning bug, arcing with light as he went, and you counterspell.
For those of
Go
you
ahead.
playing at home, I don't think I got to explain it this episode. When John counterspells, he holds out his offhand, creates a magical shield, which then cracks and breaks. As the shield breaks, his eyes, John's, glow blue, and then whatever effect he's targeting shatters along with it.
Okay. And as it shatters, so too does the unstable aura surrounding this strange super, who explodes in a bright burst of light. The last thing you see as he shines brighter and brighter is his skeleton illuminated through his body, because that's what lightning does, kids.
Yes.
That's just basic science. As he explodes in a burst of lightning and that warbling blue energy, the aura surrounding him erupts in an arcane plume. Windows nearby shatter. And Vector rolls a check to keep the lightning bug in the air as an odd energy wave interferes with the engine.
Oh no, please don't crash the ship again. I would feel so bad.
He keeps it. He does not crash the ship a second time. This mysterious villain explodes. John, the tree that you were taking cover behind before, its leaves are blown off.
Oh gosh.
The trunk splits in half, branches go flying in all sorts of directions, and the explosion has the sound of a great bell. A shockwave that ripples out. You can feel it where you are. You can whoosh, even though you take no damage from it.
Is there anything left of this supernatural superhero entity after this explosion?
Not as far as you can tell.
John immediately tries to flag down his eyes returning back to the normal color,
Mhm.
tries to flag down Vector as he's running towards the battle bot, the Zorbia Spark 2.
Okay. The lightning bug lands on the street and it pops open. You see Vector inside with his glowing mechanical eye, his robot arm, and his vigilante costume on.
As he is landing, John is picking through the Zorbot to see if there's anything
Mhm.
that Gastone could find useful. I'm looking for like an energy core. I'm looking for cables that he could, anything that John has remembered that Gastone has been asking
Mhm.
for or needing for some of his on the fly gadgeteering. He's just trying to grab anything that's survived the explosion that looks useful.
I'm going to have you roll perhaps a science check in this case.
I can do that thing that you ask. Not investigation, just to double check.
Let's do both. Science
Okay.
first.
Okay, science first. Copy that. Here we go. And that'll be an intelligence check or
Intelligence based, yes.
perfect. 24.
24. All right. You have a good idea of all the different bits and bobs and pieces of this weird science that are going on. Roll now an investigation check to select useful parts. 15.
15.
Okay. Yeah, you've salvaged some interesting bits and pieces. The atomic ray mostly is burned out, but some of the components are still going to be helpful.
I am going to spin my last lucky die for the day because I really want to grab something nice for Gastone when I see him again. So I want to roll one more time if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
And I'm going to add a deduction die. Okay, that's not going to help, but the deduction die will help the 15. So where are you, deduction die, buddy?
You still have some inspiration floating around from chat.
A 16.
You have inspiration.
I am going to use one.
And you've used a lucky die, so this still counts.
Okay, perfect. Then I will, if I can, then I will use one because I would like to get something nice for Gastone. Let me try one more time. I'm going to add a +1 to this because everything's coming up amazing for me right now. 25. There we go. 26 total.
There we go. All right. You managed to completely salvage the atomic ray. Like it's in multiple parts. It's not like you can fire it right now because it's the output, the power generator, the conduits, the cabling and stuff. But you've got the complete parts for it. So Gastone should be able to put that back together without any difficulty.
Fantastic.
The lightning bug has a maximum vehicle capacity of, let me look that up. Probably 2, probably not 1.
Hopefully not just one.
Yeah, but, it's got room. You can hop in.
Okay. Perfect. John throws the components to the robot laser in his bag and runs over to Vector. Hey, wow.
Who's not a gigantic giant, by the way.
Yeah. Good to see you. Thank you very much for your assistance. I didn't realize you were in the area.
I'm always watching.
And John immediately goes from being happy to see him to, oh, that's right. Off-brand Batman. Yes. Very good. Hey, pointing over towards that speeding taxi that's leaving. I'm trying to make it back to Opal's Institute. I'm looking for my friends, Charlie and Ben. They are being attacked by the Zorbots that are everywhere right now. Do you think you might be able to help?
That's where the targets are at the Institute?
Yes, exactly. Or at least they're heading there.
All right, there's no time. Hop in the lightning bug.
Fantastic. John jumps in. Hey, Vector, do you happen to have some kind of scanner in this thing somewhere?
I've got some sophisticated equipment. What do you need?
I'm looking for a rather large. He looks kind of like a gumshoe, large giant gumshoe, and a tiny little newspaper boy.
The bug doesn't scan for individual personnel.
I'm saying look for like a big guy and a little guy.
Okay, we can look for a big guy and a little guy.
Yeah, thanks.
And as the lightning bug takes off over the streets of Northport, hovering just below the clouds in order to keep that sort of cover, it's got a searchlight roaming, scanning back and forth. Roll a perception check, please, John.
I'm on it. Perception. Natural 20.
The light shines down on Ben, the enormous figure, the ice elemental demon, wearing a disguise, trench coat, fedora, standing probably 7-8 feet tall, who is climbing with his ice claws up the side of a brick building in an alleyway, holding the unconscious Charlie over his shoulder.
Oh, there they are. Is there someone chasing them, by the way?
And we turn now to the adventures of Gastone and Asena on another universe entirely far, far, far away. Gastone, you just backed off from pressing more about what's going on with Medwethyn and Haura, aka Acoficinian, the blue dragon. She gave you an ominous warning. If you are traveling with her, if you are fulfilling a promise for her, what happened in the past could happen again in the future. How do you respond to this?
What do you mean by that?
What promise did you make her?
God, I actually don't. What was the deal we made with Haura?
She wanted to return to her homeworld of Ashen to confront 3 guardian Nagas that were protecting a place of power. A place from her older life.
I see. Okay. Place of power. She said, we're helping her confront 3. What was it?
You don't have to repeat the whole thing, by the way. You can always just say, "Oh, good, I tell her that," because.
Oh, great! I tell her that.
Yeah. If I literally just said something, I don't want to make you parrot it like we're in rehearsals, and you don't know what it is they're guarding or what it is that she wants or why that she wants it.
All we know is that it is a place of power, and no, I actually didn't ask. Now that you mention it.
What? You're a curious man, Gastone Tosto. Leaving the safety of your homeworld and the things that matter to you so much to fulfill a promise to a dragon you know nothing about. Caught up in the current.
Safety? Not the word I'd use about back home, but besides that, yeah.
I'm worried it could be dangerous for Haura to return to her homeworld.
Dangerous for Haura? Or those around her?
Yes. If her identity begins to crack, if the memories of old return, who she was before could also be resurrected by her homeworld. Haura might give way.
Against her will? Or you think this is her will?
I don't know. You're the one who's been traveling with her. I've not seen her for over a year.
Well, I doubt she's changed that much.
A great deal can happen during that time, especially if you're... A great deal can happen during that time.
Maybe. Don't know. Haura always struck me as a... I mean, Asena jokes about it, but I think Haura literally is a stone. Hard to imagine her changing in any capacity.
Roll an insight check for me, Gastone.
Insight. Nice.
23. Hard to imagine her changing at any capacity. Clear disagreement on Medwethyn's part.
Okay, you disagree. You probably know more about the subject than I do, so I'll defer. What do you want though? Are you trying to persuade me to take a different course?
I never meant for you to see any of that. That was an accident.
An accident caused by what?
A shared connected memory? The vagaries of dream? You all have a bond with Haura, as do I. That connection and the focused will of... It was Asena who saw it. It was Asena who looked for it. It was Asena who rolled a natural 20 on an insight check in the last episode, which activated this whole sequence of events.
So, wait. So this needed to be a shared memory for this to happen.
My memory that you shared. Otherwise, we would have had a delightful evening traveling through gardens of light.
Well, it wasn't me who had that memory.
No, that was mine. Asena just brought it out. I don't know what power resides in her, but
That makes the three of us.
she gazed and she saw, and now this conversation's happening that I never meant to. It was just supposed to be a lovely evening with our guests.
Fair enough, but that didn't end up turning out that way.
No.
So where do we go from here?
Well, for my part, I help John break the curse of the Night Twist. For your part, your path will lead you wherever you choose to follow it. If you don't swim against the current, then you'll end up wherever the current leads you. You're the one who spilled the wine on me. I never meant to convince you of anything.
That's fair. Well, I
Just,
guess.
if your path coincides with hers, be very careful. There are over a century of years of the dragon, and only a year of the human. That's a thin, thin shell.
Oh, that's reassuring. And as to your previous point, I find life is like a current, and it's better to roll with it than to fight it. So I have a feeling I'm on this path, better or worse. As for Haura, well, John will find a way. Who knows? Maybe I will.
He usually does. Just make sure you find a way of your own, too.
I'll remember that. And, you know, a thing that would really help me find my way is whatever advantage I can get, you know, knowledge, technology, being taught magic.
Well, Gastone Tosto, that would require you to spend a little bit more time in my company, on my world.
What a shame that would be.
Yes. Little scandal, though, a little more than we've already caused.
Wouldn't be the first.
Is there anything else Gastone wants to do? Is he ready to go downstairs?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. The two of you eventually make your way back down the stairs. Medwethyn tactfully readjusts and fixes her clothes and then messes them up just a little bit before walking back downstairs. Asena, in the garden, as soon as the two of them, just before the two of them walk downstairs, this conversation wouldn't have taken very long. You notice Thea. No, you said you're not paying attention to her at all. You're in your own world. You're doing your own thing, right?
Yeah.
All right, that was a non-committal yeah. So what I'm going to say is I'm going to give you a perception check to notice this. It would have been automatic if you had your eyes on her, but you specifically said you weren't. So let's let fate decide.
All right.
Ooh, 12.
I rolled it twice.
I
That's-
had rolled 20 on a different window, and because of your ooh, I already knew what it was before I even saw it.
All right. You just barely notice right before they start walking down the stairs, Adthea puts the copper piece back in her pocket and drinks her wine.
Okay.
Gastone, when you and Medwethyn descend the stairs, you notice the elven party making a point of not noticing that they totally notice the two of you coming back down. What is Asena at this point? The painter is on his way. Mireth has asked Adthea once if she wanted to try different poses for the picture, and Adthea sort of waved her off. She's been quietly tending to the princess without prying further ever since then.
Okay.
Gastone, when you get back down, Asena's finished a glass of wine. Everyone's got their wine glasses out. They've opened a second bottle. Do Asena and Gastone want to do anything else at the party this evening?
I'll walk up to them.
All right.
You two look like you had fun.
Roll a perception check, please, Asena. Flat this time, without advantage or disadvantage. 15. You see, you being raised literally by wolves in the Zolkwian jungles have a variety of keen senses, including a very advanced sense of smell. And your sense of smell does not speak of any such fun.
It'll be more for the show.
Got it. Going along
than
with
for
it.
Actual, yeah.
All right. Asena knows what she's doing. So, Gastone, Asena says what she just said. How do you respond?
Damn it, I wasn't listening.
Head in the clouds, I see. Still lost in the afterglow. Asena said you two look like you had fun.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
And thrilled, I could tell.
Medwethyn is annoyed.
Oh, I mean, what's the play here? Do I play it off? I don't know.
Mortals.
You're mortal too, you know. Just
not as mortal as you are.
Yes.
So Medwethyn, slightly annoyed at this, does not inform Gastone that the correct thing to do would be to be less convincing about, yeah, sure, whatever. Act like you're trying to blow it off, but act like you're blowing off the fact that you're trying to blow it off. You need layers to this. But it's too late. The moment has passed. And now you have cast aspirations on Medwethyn's craft and abilities, a slight for which you shall never be forgiven.
Wow.
Don't worry. I'll mention it to John so that way he could get jealous.
Huh?
All right. Asena has gained respect and Gastone has lost it. Noted. Medwethyn will remember this.
There it is.
And then for the elves, everybody liked that.
Everybody liked that. They're not sure what just happened, but they're enjoying the show.
Okay, but for real, while you guys were gone, Princess over here is doing some sort of spell thing. I think she's gonna make me into a rock again. It was cool while I had to distract y'all, but I don't want to be a rock.
Medwethyn looks at the princess, looks at you, looks at the wine glass in your hand. I think you're safe. You are our guest. You would not be turned into a rock against your own will.
Okay, I know you think that I'm just making this up, but really, she was doing some spell with the coin or something.
Snitches get stitches.
Medwethyn ponders this for a moment, eyes the princess, and looks back. Thank you, Asena. You're still safe. You're not going to be a rock.
That was very ominous.
All right.
What does that mean?
It was pretty ominous, actually.
Medwethyn does not explain it because she likes being ominous and she likes being
She's so
mysterious and she
mystery.
likes being the center of attention. Speaking of the center of attention, meanwhile, millions and billions of miles away,
you?
I'm obviously talking about Vector, the
Thank
self-important
you.
vigilante. I would never be talking about John Carmichael. That would just be rude of me.
Yeah.
You've
That would.
The searchlight of the lightning bug shines down on Ben and unconscious Charlie, and Ben looks over his shoulder.
Are there
As the-
robots around them?
No, you don't see any robots nearby,
Okay, good.
but there are some in the streets further away. He's evaded them for now, but they're in the area.
I don't think Ben has seen this contraption before.
I believe he has not.
Am I within 120 feet of Ben at this point?
You can be. As the vehicle gets closer, he's going to try very hard to not be. But the lightning bug is fast.
So as we're getting closer, I'm gonna kind of nudge Vector. Hey, he doesn't recognize us. Do you have some kind of sound thing, like a talkie device?
Yes, but I'm afraid you're not going to be able to use it properly.
Okay. And then John just sends a message to Ben as soon as they're within 120.
Because I'm the one who has voice mod and Matt doesn't have it, so he can't do the sound effects, but it would actually work just fine. Anyways, before
This is a voice mod.
why did I even buy this license? That's perfect. The SFX are flawless, spot on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a loudspeaker, but he can also get you within 120 feet because a loudspeaker is going to be loud and everyone's going to hear it. You know, it's not like Ben has an earpiece that's compatible with this 1930s weird science flying machine.
Yeah.
All right, so he pulls you closer as Ben is like claw, hup, hup. Well, one-handed claw, hup, because he's got Charlie in the other. You get within range as the Zorbots are through the alleyways a couple of blocks away. You're within 120 feet. You can message him.
How close is he to the top, by the way, of the building that he's ascending?
He's climbing faster and faster. He's getting fairly close to the top.
Very good. Hey, big guy, it's John. I'm inside the lightning bug. I have a friend here. They're helping us. I'm trying to get to you and Charlie. Is Charlie okay?
Charlie has been harmed. His life is not in danger, but it could be.
Okay, we're going to meet you at the top of the building.
Very well.
And he
And
claws
I-
his way up to the top.
Perfect. I instruct the lightning bug driver to take us to the top. Please and thank you.
It floats down. The rooftop is not quite large enough for the lightning bug to land here, so he floats down,
Oh, like
keeps it
hovers? Okay.
steady, and opens the gangplank.
Oh, very good. Vector, give me just a moment. I have an injured friend here. Do you happen to have a first aid kit or anything on board?
Of course, I'm always prepared.
Oh, fantastic. I'm so glad. Can you please...
He
I'm
points
gonna
to
check
where
out-
it is in the cargo bay. It's right by the
Perfect. If he's cool with it, I'll just grab it.
Go ahead.
Okay, fantastic. I grab the medical assistance and I hop out of the lightning bug. If it gets hairy, feel free to split, but I kind of need your help getting off this building if you don't mind.
I won't leave you behind.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lightning Bug Man, sir. Vector. And John heads over to the scene.
Mhm.
I'm gonna make an assessment. How is, first of all, puts a hand on Ben's not shoulder because he can't reach out that high. So like forearm or upper arm.
Mhm.
Nice job, big guy. Okay, and where's he hurt? Was it a gunshot? Was it a claw?
He nods and then opens up Charlie's coat. You can see multiple claw wounds and a burn mark.
Okay, John gets to work. He
They were not
lies-
fighting to kill.
And are you okay?
I've had better days and worse days.
Very good. Okay, I'm gonna see to Charlie real quick, and I'm sure I've used a medical kit at some point. Well, within Northport. So
Mhm.
what do I do?
Make a medicine check.
Alrighty then. I forgot about the disadvantage.
Yeah, you had disadvantage. That is in fact a thing that happened. So we're going to take the 9, and you are out of
Yeah.
luck dice.
I am out
Wow.
of luck dice, and I'm out of deduction dice, and crap. All right. Well, what happens?
I mean, you don't make him any worse, but he's unconscious and at 0 hit points, but stable. You don't revive him. He's still unconscious.
Does it have multiple uses or?
It does have multiple uses. You may make one final check, and that's going to expend the medical kit.
Okay, I will make one final check. 11.
An 11. All right. He.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Hey. I'm right here.
You see him awakening from the grip of the curse of the night twist, thrashing as the nightmares encircle his unconscious thoughts.
John kind of leans in really close. He puts his forehead to his,
Mhm.
and he's not stroking him as in like, it's going to be okay, buddy. But he's kind of like, people who have been through a very similar traumatic experience. And he's just the kind of there person to person, like, hey, holding him tight. Like, you're going to be fine. It's going to be okay. I'm right here. You're awake.
All right.
You're mostly safe.
Okay. Charlie wakes up covered in sweat, pale from a little bit of blood loss and some injuries, but tracking. It takes him a moment to get oriented, but he's tracking his environment. He recognizes you. He recognizes Ben. He coughs. He's hurt. He might have cracked some ribs, but he's alive and awake.
Don't worry.
But still at 0. He can't do anything, but he can talk.
Yeah. He's stabilized. He's conscious, but he can't do anything. He's incapacitated. Okay. Don't worry. When we get back to the group, Asena or somebody will patch you up. It's going to be okay. You need to stay very close. I can protect you, but only if you're standing like right next to me. So just, don't wander.
Yeah, boss.
We have to go, by the way. I have to take you off world. I have a solution. We can probably get that thing out of your head. But you're going to have to leave, not just Northport, but you're going to have to leave Yord behind for a little bit.
Roll a persuasion check, please, John.
I do this thing that you ask of me.
18. What? Yeah. Okay.
It's going to be fine. We're going to be traveling with royalty, actually. The king of... Do you remember that world I told you about? The elven place with all the parties and stuff?
Okay, he seems like he's not sure if he's fading back into unconsciousness and what you're saying doesn't make sense, or if what you're saying is reality. But he's kind of tracking. He's like, am I still conscious? Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it's going to be fine. So we just need to get you off this building, and we need to find my friends from the other world, and then we'll be able to take off and get out of here.
We have visitors.
John turns to look.
That was Ben. He was just curious that you have visitors.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry. I thought you were doing one of those like leading into combat, like there's things coming
this is
out.
Ben.
Like,
This is what Ben sounds like.
Yeah. No. I thought Ben meant, we have visitors.
Oh, no. He was. You said you brought off-worlders, so
yes. John then turns to Ben. Yeah, actually, again, from PYRESPACE, actually, we were in the midst of taking care of Haura's thing, and there was an opportunity presented to get the night twist out of Charlie and I, and we're going to go for it. Actually, speaking of which, I wanted to find out, we have a chance to go off-world for a bit. I'm going to have to take Charlie with me. Do you want to stay here in Northport and hold down Carmichael and Carmichael? Or did you want to come with?
There's more to learn in the other world amongst the elves than here until we continue our investigations.
By the way, not really the time for it, but have you followed up with the Carringtons at all?
My full report is scattered throughout the room and the office and partially in the streets below.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, so just to clarify, that was a yes on coming, right?
I would desire that, yes.
Perfect, that's fine. I'll make sure that we send a runner back to Miss Regal and let her know that we're going to be closing up shop for a little while. And also,
we have runners?
Oh, well, I mean, I'm going to hire somebody. Probably, actually, I might be able to get extra to do it, but we'll see. Anyway, let's get you guys out this building. So, hey, Vector, can we can we load Charlie up with you? I think inside of your ship might be a bit safer than surface streets, and I don't think you can cram any more than just one person in there, right?
Unwise. Yes. I will take the injured one to safety. Where am I meeting you?
Well, and John takes a look over the building to try to see, do they have a good enough vantage point where they can kind of see the surrounding area?
Mhm.
I'm looking for the taxi, and Dogalad's taxi, preferably.
It's pulling up to the Institute right now.
I point over and say, I need you to get to that taxi. There's going to be a very sharply dressed man of regal stature, and he'll have 2 bodyguards with him.
Mhm.
As long as you say you're a friend to me, when you get nearby them, they'll receive you.
All right. And
I'm
where's
John Carmichael, by the way.
Are you trying to get everybody to rally at one specific point at the Institute or somewhere else?
Yes, you know that like cool wraparound parking lot thing in front of the door? Yeah, that place right there.
Okay. And are you heading there on foot with Ben?
With Ben, yeah.
Okay. A few minutes later, everyone arrives at the Institute. You probably last because you're on foot, even if you use magic. There's a
How
few,
much
like a
time
hubbub.
would it save if I dimension doored myself and Ben down the building?
It would definitely save time, but you're still not a flying hovercraft that can zoom over there. Yeah.
I just didn't know if that actually was going to save us a lot of time or only a little bit.
Only a little bit.
Okay,
I mean,
never mind.
Ben can just grab you and Wolverine his way down the side.
Wolverine,
so.
that's so much cooler.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, John's all over this.
A few minutes later, everyone's gathered at the big drive up of the Donahue Institute. The gifted students of the Academy are all out in force in combat positions with their various powers. Extra sitting there with his new hat that he seems to have gotten from an unknown source. Everett is ready to go with his machines at his command, and it really seems like everything's going to go completely smoothly and nothing strange is going to happen because we're nearing the end of this arc. So obviously everything should be completely fine.
Behold, an act of God.
Oh my.
What's the first thing an actor learns? The show must go on. Gain inspiration if your character sings, dances, or acts. Each is redeemable once.
Wow.
And this is an open offer to everybody right now during the game session. If
Is
your
it
character
right now only, or like the next time we do that?
If anybody does those things. Did you say this episode only?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got like half an hour left. Work it in.
Hey, I'm on it, man. I will shell out anything almost for
Work it
inspiration.
in.
So yeah, done and done.
All right. So despite chat's efforts, you are not suddenly attacked by ninjas, aliens, or Omelan spies.
Oh, thank God.
But you arrive and the whole place is on like combat readiness. All the students still training, still young. What was the name of the young girl whose voice can control fire? Doris Hampton.
Doris.
Yeah. She's out there doing vocal exercises as like the air around her whoosh, whoosh, cues up with heat. And everyone's ready for the Zorbots to arrive. When you land, they all, tense up for a moment, but then they recognize the ship. And Indogalad and his 2 bodyguards are out there. He's looking absolutely fantastic and delighted by this mansion and the fountain and everything else that's going on here. This is a bizarre scene. The taxis have peeled out. They're out of there. Boigness is standing around just chuffed. What a party. So as the 2 of you roll up and everyone's reunited, Opal, in her fine high society hat, runs across to greet you. John, is everything all right?
Well, mostly, kind of. Miss, there's robots and worse. Probably headed here. We need to get out of here, I'm thinking, so we can take the heat off of you. But I don't quite know if they have a way to track. They're after these 2 for some reason. By the way, and he turns to Ben, do you know why they're after you?
I have not made it that far in my investigation. My efforts have been entirely on evasion.
The scientists didn't mention anything, because I tried actually asking one of them when we had gotten it. We apprehended one and couldn't get a whole lot out of it other than they were interested in specifically you 2.
It was his usual ranting.
Okay, very good. I look back to Opal. Miss, here's the thing. I contacted the department. They're sending agents on the way to help. I really would like to stay and make sure that we could help defend your school if it turns out there is another robot attack, which would be like what, the second one this week. But last time I think we made things worse by being here. Also, the action team's on the way. I kind of feel like making some kind of perimeter around your school is the best. Make sure that things don't actually get on the grounds. And since they are looking for these two, I'm just going to get them out of here. And I think that'll be the best way to help.
All right, do whatever you need to. We'll take care of everything. We'll have people set up on the perimeter. And at that point, you can hear the action team doing battle with another Zorbot somewhere nearby. Explosions, posing, the works.
I look over to Vector. You know each other. He's also a very, very proficient vigilante. Vector, would you see to it that the people at the school have your protection in our absence?
I've come to their aid once against Zorbius and his minions. I shall do so again.
Fantastic. All right. We're all scratching each other's backs. Everything's going to be fine. Where the hell's Ndogolad?
He's standing in the middle of everything, just watching.
Okay, very good. I'm going to go ahead and just grab Ben and Charlie and make my way over. Oh, and Boignus, wherever he is.
Also, just gawking at all these people, the cars, the electric lights, the superpowers everyone's got.
John gathers everyone up and he starts counting. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Only 2 more than we started. This should be fine. Your Majesty, may I introduce Ben Grimm? He's an Emeth, by the way, so be careful what you say.
Fascinating.
Yeah, very much so. And this here's Charlie, the little gentleman I told you about. He's not feeling so good. By the way, any of you, can you top him off, make sure he can move of his own accord? And John's kind of dragging him along as he goes.
Why do we not simply withdraw to my court for the evening? There, I'm sure he will have.
Fantastic.
All right. And Ndogolad starts scratching out the teleportation circle. You can hear students getting into position as he inscribes the circle over the course of a minute and chants, and light swirls through the runes as he prepares to cross the astral seas, returning you to the forest world of Perianth.
Right before they leave, mate,
Mm-hmm.
John's going to send another message to Hank McCarthy and give him just a really quick report. I am extricating those I came for. Opal needs help. Action Squad is here, as are other vigilantes. Thank you. Talk to you soon.
The response comes, another quiet night, huh? I'm on it.
And yeah.
And burn those spell points, Matt.
I did. Trust me, I'm on it, man. I am on it.
All right. The Elven King, his 2 bodyguards, the Dwarven Gatecrasher, the Ice Elemental, the Cursed Lad, and the Wizard all step into the teleportation circle. Whirling in a blink of an eye, you emerge once again into the royal court of Perianth. And upon your arrival, the guard is more overwhelmingly glad to see that the king is in good shape, and you are swiftly reunited with your companions, Gastone and Asena. Charlie is rushed off to be tended to by the best druids that the court has to offer and their healing magic. And our team reconvenes once again in the Elven Court. Medwethyn is not with you at this point, but the 3 of you have a moment to yourselves. Matt, you can decide whether or not Charlie is present. Charlie's not present. He's being tended to. You 3 can decide who is present in the scene as long as this doesn't mess it up at all.
Behold, an act of God.
Really?
Hey, better lucky than good. Lucky for us, we're both. All 3 of you gain a luck die.
Woo!
That is
Why are they so being nice this time.
You know?
Hey,
there-
didn't we just complain about how active gods were not good? Let's just take it and keep going.
Yeah.
Agreed. Wait, so I can see the allies again? My friends were back amongst each other?
Yeah, the three of you are gathered once again in luxurious private chambers. Any characters you wish to be present in this scene are present in this scene, and each of you gains 3 lucky dice.
Whoa!
Each
I
of
don't
you
know what a
gain-
lucky dice does.
So these don't recharge, right? They're just
These are
one
once they're spent, they're spent. A lucky dice you can
Fantastic.
spend on a variety of things. The main thing you can spend it on is it's like super advantage. So if you
Oh.
already have advantage or if you have disadvantage, you can spend a luck die to add another d20 and take the best of the lot.
Oh,
Hmm.
baby.
Again, write these down on your character sheet. Once you use them, when they're gone, they're gone. They have a few other things that they can be used for as well, but for now, just know that they will let you cheat.
I'm gonna save mine forever.
I actually believe you.
Episode 200, fighting the Elder Evil, defeating Kur at the end of time. And Asena's like, all right, so luck be a lady
Remember
tonight.
that dice you forgot
Wait,
about?
To be honest, if that's what we're looking to like fight at the end of, I don't even know, like just the end of time, as you say, maybe I'll hold on to him too. Shit. It just, it feels like such a waste to get super advantage fighting some mook on the streets when I can use it to kill the chronophage or something.
I mean, you
God.
can't just cash it in to instantly kill the chronophage,
No,
but it
of
could be really
course
handy to
not.
have that. But hey,
Exactly.
maybe your date with the white ghost won't be going well. You might need to cash that in. Who knows?
Maybe.
All right. I love it if Gastone's running gag is everyone thinks he's all off scootily pooping with these femme fatales when really he's just having secret conversations with them the entire
About
game.
Stuff and things.
The party is over by now, right? The elven party's all
Yes.
said and done.
The party is over. Again, the
And the
three of you are
after-party's done.
reunited. Any characters you wish, any NPCs you want to be here are here. Otherwise, it's just the three of you. That includes Haura, by the way.
Okay. And we're gathered where?
One of the luxurious private suites has been prepared for the guests. One of your rooms.
Well, hello. I hope things were as interesting for the two of you as it was for, well, the rest of us.
Probably not. I was a rock, and then I wasn't a rock, but then I almost was a rock, and then Gaston went to go have like secret sexy time with Medwethyn, but it like wasn't. Well, Gaston could talk about that part.
Gnomes, how many people are around us right now?
It's up to you guys. You have, unless you specify, it's just the three of you. Let's go ahead and get this on record. Do you want anyone other than the three of you to be in the room?
No.
I hear a no. What about the others of you?
Oh, I had planned for it to be a lot of us, but it can just be the three of us. That's fine. We can do a quick vibe check before we regroup
Yeah,
with the rest of us.
a quick vibe check with like the main crew, I think is a really good idea. And I would actually I think we should include Haura in that. I don't care if she hears whatever Asena's cooking up.
Okay, do you want Haura to be here?
Yeah. I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Okay, the four of you, Haura has basically skipped out on partying the entire night and is
Oh,
mostly
yeah, she
just
didn't come to the
glad that
party.
John made it back quickly.
Yeah, that is a first.
What?
Hi.
Hi.
Missed you.
Yeah, missed you too. Gosh. Glad to hear that my reception was as welcomed as this. My goodness.
Mhm.
You know, Zorbius really messed up my office while we were gone.
What?
Yeah.
Like you threw the papers around?
Yeah, like they threw over the desk, tore down, tossed the books, ripped through all my notes. It was awful. That vision board, totally gone now. It's a
That's
mess.
rude.
Yeah, rude as hell. I'm gonna pay him back. Don't you worry.
You're gonna mess up his office.
I am gonna do more than mess up his office.
Oh, you'll have to get in line.
John had wrapped up the pieces of the Zorbots that he had collected and put some tape around it so it kind of is all stuck together. He pulls out of his pack and just kind of tosses it over to Gastone. I picked you up something while I was out.
What is this?
Well, you know those giant lasers that the Zorbots use when they attack us? Well, I got one for you. You know, some assembly required, but I think you can figure it out.
Oh my god, yeah, John, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Oh my god, what
Destroy.
I would give
Destroy.
to end that hack with his own technology.
It would be delightful, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And John strides over and takes out Asena's pen and presents it to her. As promised.
She snatches it back. She's also spinning in a circle saying destroy, destroy, but now with the pen.
I actually love that.
Well, despite not being gone that long, I actually really did miss you all. So much so, in fact, I'd like to serenade you in song.
Oh?
Oh, wherefore the companions of my heart, you brought me from down low, and now I've become upstart, back out in the world, solving mysteries again. I'll sing from me to you to tell you you're all my friends. I don't know where that came from, actually, but anyways.
Holy shit, Matt.
Great to see
Wow.
you guys.
We should put you on the stage.
Wait, Joe.
Anyway, and Haura, great to see you too. Is she still
wait,
dressed up?
Matt,
Yeah. What?
Can you see the chat? Look at
No,
roll
what?
20. Look at roll 20.
What happened?
Hara's not in the room anymore.
Oh
As I posted a
No.
Roll20 chat as you were singing, she left.
Oh,
Yeah.
well.
I'm just
shoot.
gonna like stick
Matt
out
like
the
turns
window.
around
Wait,
and Haura, it's good to Haura?
wait, Gastone is definitely gonna just run out the room. Be like, hey, no, Haura, he's done. I really need to talk to you too.
All right, she walks
Please.
back in. Is the coast clear?
Yes.
Matt, you get inspiration for singing.
Woo! Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you.
Now, one of the others of you two has to dance and the other has to act by the end of this. You got 20 minutes.
Oh, can we only do one of each? I didn't realize.
I mean, I think it'd be more fun if everyone got one, but
That's very true.
that's just my kindergarten logic. That's all. There's no hard rule to that. Haura walks back into the room. What is it, Gastone?
Okay. Even though we probably didn't have the most exciting time, there's an interesting thing that came up at the party that I'm sure both of you will be very interested in. Haura, this is mostly directed at you because, look, I'm not one for subterfuge, so I'm just going to kind of come out and ask. I know why we're going to Ashen. I have a pretty solid idea on what we're going to do, but what I didn't ask until now, and in light of recent events, I'm very curious about is why is this so important to you?
Her eyes
That's
narrow.
what you're gonna ask her
Yes.
after what we saw at the party. That's what you're gonna ask her.
She
Well,
turns to
you see
Asena.
pause. There's usually more than one question that is asked in situations like these, you know?
Yes,
Oh,
such as, what
that
did
was
you
like
see at
a-
the party?
You first, and then I'll tell you.
It's unfinished business. They were in my territory. They were guarding a site of the ancients, about which I've learned a great deal more since traveling along. And I was always afraid of them. I wasn't strong enough to face them. I am stronger now. I am going to face them. And it'll get it off my mind.
So it's more about them and not what they're guarding.
Roll an insight check if you are in the room. Damn, this party. Okay, yeah. Asena's too busy walking around in circles saying destroy, destroy.
I kind of want to have a clock. You know that leak clock? Dum dum doo doo da da dee dun da 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 da. I want that, but I want Asena holding
the
a pen
pen? spinning
Doing
the pen.
going like, I'm a
Destroy.
robot. I'm
Destroy.
A robot. Oh, yeah, destroy.
That's funny.
Okay. Roll persuasion check, Gastone. They're guarding the well of wisdom.
Can I make a history check?
You may.
The well of wisdom.
I have to ask this. Does Asena actually do that?
Yeah.
All right, well, you get inspiration for dancing, first off.
True.
Oh, that's right. She was dancing around doing the thing.
That's why
No
I was
wonder.
doing that thing.
Oh my God, I never even thought it wasn't in character for Asena to do that. Is the thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like, this is normal behavior.
Yeah, it's like, wait, she didn't do anything different. That was normal.
See, Matt,
Yeah.
this is how it's done. You just weave it seamlessly in.
I was gonna try, but John doesn't go around singing, dancing, or acting. So I thought
Sucks to suck.
Well, you know what? You can suck on people liking my thing. So there you go.
Pods, take the inspiration.
Yeah.
The Well of Wisdom. This is not something you would have studied in the arcane arts, nor within the infernal tome. Wrong word. Within the tomes of the Obsidian Tower, but it is something you may have come across in your studies of the City of Spires, and indeed in the ways of the ancients. The Well of Wisdom is a site on Ashen, built on a convergence of magical forces. It is said that the Well of Wisdom is a reflecting pool that reveals a person's inner nature, divides them, and shows them their truth. It is also a repository of magical items and a nexus of arcane energy.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, that makes more sense.
I kind of like that. I can already see the potential story thread. I'll tell you about it later.
If I may,
Mhm.
aside from the obvious boons that come with unearthing this place, the well itself, in order for you to find out that it was there, that had to have had some form of meaning for you.
It was in my territory, John. They were a threat to me, and they were hoarding things that should have belonged to me. It's unfinished business.
Well, yeah, but you had been there for centuries, you say, right? So obviously you knew that this place existed before they even moved in, right?
They were there before me.
Oh, so it wasn't your territory, it was their territory.
It was my territory. They
Wow.
just happened to live in it.
Okay, well. Territory that
Asena's actually laughing.
territory that was theirs, and then you decided it was yours. That's interesting.
Don't lecture me, John.
Not lecturing, Haura. This is just, it's interesting. That's all I'm saying. It's very, very interesting. Anyways,
I see
What are
nothing
we-
wrong with it. She wanted it. She took it. It's hers.
Thank you.
wow.
Now, what did you see at the party?
Some people have issues with people taking what they want if they're not a dragon.
What's that
Some
like?
people have issues with them taking what they want, even if they are a dragon.
Wow.
True.
Obviously. Anyways, what I'm getting at is when we help you retake this place, when we help you take this place, what is your interest mainly, aside from just taking back what was your territory?
The well of wisdom.
I was afraid of them. If I
Is this-
overcome them, then I'm stronger than I was.
So it's a matter of pride.
It's a matter of not wanting to leave anything behind.
Mhm.
I don't want to be afraid.
I mean, everywhere you go, you're going to leave things behind. Doesn't make you any less of a individual.
I just don't want to be afraid, John.
There you go. I can understand and respect that. But again, my question wasn't that. My question was, aside from alleviating your fear, when, and we will, when we retake this place, what is going to happen?
I'll claim its spoils.
You or us?
There'll be a fair number of spoils, I'm sure.
I only want to ensure, Haura, again, when we set out to do this, we were helping you, and I would assume your plan is to return back to Yord, Northport specifically, to your students, right? Or
She pauses for a moment, thinks about it, then nods.
I mean, but who knows? You know, depending on what happens with this well. I don't know if this is a one-shot thing, one question, one person, one well, or if anybody who's there can partake of its knowledge.
I'm
But
not there to ask questions. I'm there to just...
no, but it is rather interesting, Haura, that after going through a bit of the internal struggle that you've faced, that the opportunity to reclaim this well that would allow you to discover your deepest self, that can't just be a coincidence, right?
Sure it can.
I mean,
I was one
obvious.
person when it was sitting there in my territory, John. That was the same thing for centuries.
But you're not one person anymore, Haura.
I am well aware.
I just want to know why we're getting into this is all.
I've explained myself 3 times. What do you want me to say? I've told you. I'm going to defeat the thing I was afraid of, and that I'm not afraid of it anymore. Can we move on?
I don't think you're giving me an option. So, certainly.
That's right. I'm not.
Funny you say moving on, because the thing I saw was about your past.
She turns her head, jerks in your direction as you say that. Yes, the party. What did you see?
So, Asena and I partook in we'll say an illicit substance whose name consistently escapes me. Not important. The point is, because of it and a number of other factors, not one of them very unsurprisingly being Asena, we happened to get a glimpse of an event sometime in the past that happened to involve a very large dragon. I was informed to be you.
You were blue.
Horace
You were blue.
stares for a moment. John, do you say anything or react?
Nope.
Smart man. Smart man.
It was pretty cool. There was this big ship, and John and Medwethyn were on it, and all of a sudden you swooped down on him, and you look really scary.
Listen, the past is the past. I'm not going to say I haven't done things that some would call terrible, and I don't really care necessarily about the acts themselves. It's just that and the conversations after had me thinking and gave me a newfound desire just to really understand what it is that we're doing here and what we're striving for. That's the thing that got me to spark this conversation.
Haura is clearly already agitated, frustrated, gritting her teeth. This is a new level of, how do I want to say? I don't want to say agitation. This was an unexpected vector, a sensitive line of inquiry into an already sensitive topic that very heavily involves those present. Haura's jaw is clenched as she turns inward to contemplate this. And for the briefest moment, you feel the hair on your arms and the back of your neck stick up as the static charge in the room fluctuates.
Oh, haven't felt that in a while.
John sends a message to Gastone and Asena in turn. I won't be far if you need me. And he's going to get up and walk away.
Oh,
Hmm.
that's what it's about.
What is it about?
He's going to step out of the room
Mm-hmm.
far enough away to where he's no longer in earshot of normal conversation,
Mm-hmm.
but he'll summon Chester and he'll just sit down and stare out over the trees and starscape before him in Perianth, and he'll just pet his cat and just sit there.
Okay. Gastone and Asena, I would like each of you to roll persuasion checks. You've traveled with Haura, you've been through a lot, you've made sacrifices and vice versa. This is just sort of to gauge where she's at right now. She grits her teeth and almost spits the name Medwethyn.
Ah,
All right. Fine. She sits down. The first time that I encountered Jonathan Carmichael was over the skies of my home. There was a strange vessel in her inn. There was a Spelljammer over the desert. Intruding, a threat, a source of plunder. And she hunted it as one would any prey in our territory. On the sandstorm, and she lost. Their magic was stronger. She was young amongst her peers, not an elder dragon, not a strong one, afraid of a cluster of nagas guarding some old rotten temple full of treasures. Lower in the order, not a suzerain lording it over the other dragons, just a whelp. And these Munthrek and their magic, they were stronger than us. And her jaw was bound shut and her wings were dragged to the deck of the ship. And then I was Haura. And I wasn't her anymore. I was new. And I was his apprentice. And I trusted him. And I always had. But I didn't remember when or why. And then I led him to the graveyard, which is what he was looking for, what they were seeking. And that's the day I was born. She shudders, and a nearby silver fork arcs, lightning, just a quick static shock, arcs between the tines of the silver fork. They made me.
Me?
Haura. They spun Haura from strands of dream and memory. I'm not real. I'm someone they made up. And that
Wait.
seems like a great place for us to end tonight's show. Our adventures will continue next week on Coriander Society Adventures. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thanks for the raid. Stick around. We will keep that going, and we will see you next time.